you spot the secret atheist. So follow along with me. I'm going to do my best. Last time I wasn't so good, so let's do better this time.
We brought together 7 Christians.
I'm a Christian.
I am a Christian.
I am a Christian.
I am a Christian.
I am Christian.
I am a Christian.
I am a Christian.
1 is a liar. If the group discovers who the liar is, they'll split a cash prize. If the liar survives...
Everyone else said, I am a Christian, and then one person said, I am Christian.
I am Christian.
He or she wins the entire prize.
Oh boy, okay.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
Do you go to a church?
Yes, I do.
That's a great question.
I don't know where to even start.
I was going into it thinking about myself and how I present myself. I thought people would be like, oh, she's not a Christian.
Hey, Chance.
Yes.
Tell me about a religious experience of yours.
A religious experience of mine?
Something profound.
Something profound. I saw an angel once when I was like 9 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was really cool. It was creepy, but like in the moment, like it was just like stillness and like really awesome.
I feel like that's what a lot of people, an atheist would say. I saw an angel once, and it was beautiful.
The Bible, when they talk about what angels look like, it's a very scary looking picture. I was like, I don't know if I'd believe someone being happy to see a disfigured human being.
I had a really similar experience when my father passed away.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you want to hear about it?
I don't I don't want to, I know we have a little, oh no. Okay.
The speed round was pretty horrifying. I didn't even know what to ask. I didn't even know where to start.
Andrew looks like an atheist.
So much pressure.
Don't worry, we're not watching.
First person I trusted was Brandon.
In the very beginning, him and I were talking. I was just like, all right, man, you and I, packed till the end. We're just going to keep voting the same
Typical Christian dude. Dude, a Chad Christian.
person.
There has been a tie. 2 people, Romy and Grace. So, you guys vote again.
I didn't even hear that guy talk. Wait, was that the guy who said, I am Christian?
I am Christian.
Very sus.
Because I feel like I was based off my overall look. I didn't even say anything, I was voted off, you know?
Grace was standing right next to me, and she was really freaked out. She was just like, well, you know, I hope they don't think it's me because X, Y, and Z. And I was like, okay, then it's not Grace. I didn't think it was Romy either, but I just knew it wasn't Grace.
I wanted to ask you, is your church queer friendly, LGBTQ friendly?
Yes, actually, there's 2 pastors and 1 is a biracial lesbian. So.
Wow.
Why did you choose a non-denominational church?
I was just born into it. So
Got it.
my dad's a pastor.
Anyone else a PK?
No.
I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's a PK?
Pastor's kid?
Yeah,
Oh,
pastor's
pastor's kid.
Bro, how does this guy not know what a PK is? That is very interesting. But pastor's kids, that's a really big red flag, possibly. Especially if you grow up in the Christian world. Pastor's kid, though, sometimes tend to rebel.
Yeah, they're usually the bad kids at your school, so.
There's like certain terms I think a lot of people just know. I assumed his lack of knowledge meant he wasn't a Christian and he was trying to like pick up on things as we said them.
Clara. Last time, it was the super obvious person that got out. And I feel like Clara could be an atheist. There's a lot of LGBTQ atheists out there.
How long have you been Lutheran?
My whole life.
Yeah?
Yeah. I grew up in Scandia, Minnesota, and like a big part of the town was the church. So I was
Okay.
baptized there.
Wow.
Do you go to a church?
Yeah, I go to this one out in Riverside. I just started going there about 2 months ago now. Because I grew up going to more of like a strict church, and then I kind of branched away from it and then went back.
What do you mean a strict church?
So I grew up Mormon.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's strict, it's strict.
You know, I kind of had to take my own path and figure out what worked best for me.
I feel like he's an atheist. He was a Mormon and he decided to just give it all up. I know that's sometimes what happens to Mormons because they're super like, my way or the highway, and then when you figure out, when you look into Mormonism, how crazy everything is, you're like, I don't think this is true. And then sometimes they just completely just deconvert and go to atheism. That's a possibility.
Church. because it's hard for me to find a church, especially a Baptist church, that's accepting of the queer community. So I stopped going.
Are you looking for something, or are you
Not
just kind
actively. Halfway through my answer, I realized I probably shouldn't have said that. Because everyone else was like, oh yeah, they all actively go to church. And I was the only one like, I don't go to church now. And that's when I thought, maybe I should have kept that to myself.
But when
And he's queer. There's so many gay and queer people, and this is just not the majority.
we're taking it beyond judging, and we're making it like they were like condemning me.
Can you read that? I had really bad handwriting. He mentioned that he hadn't been to church in over 3 years, and I was just like, okay.
I felt like his story about being a PK and coming in and out of his faith could have been an alibi.
He wanted to hear everyone else talk, like he kept asking them questions, like he didn't want to talk about his own experience.
Thing is, he's probably not an atheist, this guy. If you're playing the game, you gotta think about what not to say. You're pretending to be a Christian. Why be so vulnerable? That's the thing. So the guy in the middle, either the Mormon guy or the guy in the middle now, I think are the atheists. Comment down below who you think before it finishes.
Okay.
Thank you, Jen.
So I think a good question would be like, how'd you find your faith?
All right.
So I was actually an atheist before I was a Christian. Like I was a hardcore atheist. And I was like super depressed. Like I was like burdened by like my own life, I'd say. And then coming into a life where like you're just kind of getting abundantly filled up with like love from other people and from God especially.
So what made me go back into church, what really like pushed me is I had a really bad breakup. And it was like at this moment where I was at work and I watched this kid die because I work in the ER. So watching the kid die and the family kind of go through those emotions of like trying to let go, I was like, man, like there's gotta be something like that can, you know, make me feel full and make me feel whole.
I believe that there has to be this higher power, and otherwise the ego takes us over, and God allows me to realize that.
I keep on forgetting the guy's name in the middle, but I think he's an atheist. He doesn't know anything. They're supposed to be Christian, though. That's what I'm confused about. They're supposed to be Christian, and they're supposed to know some biblical orthodoxy to what they believe. None of them even talked about Jesus, ever. Just God. But the guy in the middle, some higher power, I think this is tough. I'm scared.
I think there's messages coming to me that I'm supposed to communicate through my art.
The way I grew up, I was really into church. It was my safe space. I had a hard home life, and it was where I felt like I could be myself. And then I realized I was gay, and that was really hard. And then I took a step back and then have come back to it as an adult. It's been a struggle, but something that I want to have.
I am a PK, so I was just born into it. It was like summer after 4th grade, my parents got divorced. And so I was kind of like straying away, you know, and especially divorce in the church is like a huge thing, so.
That's also interesting because that could cause someone to become an atheist and not believe in God. Those PKs are dangerous.
That was really hard, but I feel like that whole situation kind of like solidified my relationship, just so I knew, you know, there was always someone there for me. And my church was there for me too, you know?
I have no idea who I'm gonna vote for. I follow your lead, man.
Yeah. She's a PK, like she knows exactly how to answer, like knows the perfect part to play.
In the back, she kind of mentioned her stance on premarital sex. So that kind of like was like a red flag.
I can see her being the atheist. Her parents were pastors, then they got a divorce, and now she says she's just born into it. That's not what makes you a Christian.
Bye. See you later.
You had a good question, right?
Yeah.
You said
so. You were talking about how like you kind of express yourself through art. Like I want to just have you elaborate on that. When he mentioned art as like his form of everything, I was just like, it doesn't really make too much sense.
Cool. Well, like one thing I love about the church is I love to sing.
Okay.
And growing up, my best memories of church were just singing in the choir. And when I moved out here, one of the hardest things was not having a church. I think that like through my voice, through the hymns and everything, that's the biggest thing.
That doesn't make any sense what he just said. It's almost like he had no idea what he's talking about. That's what I felt like.
A lot of the people that go to my church have had similar backgrounds to me, which is they've been hurt by the church. Maybe a song like, "Oh, How He Loves Us" in the past was great for you, and then you were hurt by the church. Having those memories attached can actually make worship really hard.
There was this song that like was a big song in my church, the Mormon church growing up. It was like, it's called, I want to say like Families Can Be Together Forever. Man, like my parents, they got divorced. You know, and since that time, like I can't even like listen, can't even look at the lyrics of that song.
Yeah.
So, what about you? How was like your experience kind of moving across the states and then?
So hard. I grew up in a town of like 500 people, and so the church was everything. And coming out here and starting that hunt for one that's like LGBTQ friendly and the right kind of like chemistry of people and the right kind of sermons, and I started looking and actually hearing about yours. I'm kind of like,
I feel like these are not the normal stereotypical Christians that you think about. They're all LGBTQ affirming and friendly, and I think the guy in the middle's atheist. I'm going for it. I'm going for the guy in the middle who's an atheist.
I'm gonna be shook if one of these people are the moles.
Hey guys.
Wow.
Raise your hand if you think the mole is still in the square. If the lights turn green, you voted the liar out. If the lights turn red, the liar's still in the box and you lose.
My mind's gonna
I'm
blown.
being-
Oh shoot. Okay, I think the guy on the right, the tall guy, the guy in the blue shirt, he is the atheist.
They go red, dude. Cause I'm gonna feel really down.
so crazy.
3, 2, 1.
I knew it. No. Okay. I don't know. I hope I'm right. Oh my goodness. I knew it. Let's see here. Let's see.
Hi, I'm the mole.
Dang it. You just straight up said it. I told you. I was right. Ah! I don't know why I'm super excited, but
I did vote for him. I did vote for him.
Yeah. I felt betrayed a little bit. I definitely was kind of feeling Andrew was like a Christian for sure.
I was shocked because Andrew, he talks like a lot of the youth pastors at my church, you know?
Because I'm gay, if anyone else was gay, I like wanted to be their friend. And I was like, oh, he's my friend. I'm not gonna vote for him because I really believe him. And then I was wrong, but that's okay.
wow. I knew it. I knew it. You see, you didn't know anything. That's crazy. Comment down below if you got it right. So guys, I encourage you to go to Jesus today. Know that he loves you and is longing to have a relationship with you. More than anything, he will actually fulfill your voids in your life, and he created you for that purpose, to have a relationship with him. So in the description below, you can fill out if you want to decide to follow Jesus for the first time, do that today. And guys, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I know we can do it with your help. So thank you for all your love and support. It means the world. So